It's like a slow process today.
Hmm.
We're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kasey Oswald, and I am here with Kelly. Hey, Kelly.
Hello.
Thanks for coming again. Always willing to jump on and help me out with these lives. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Although I think Outschool is kind of one of your newest passions, though. What do you think?
It is definitely. I'm kind of bored of talking about Vipkid. That's why I don't always go to your other collabs. And Outschool's the newest thing. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's new, it's fun, it's exciting. Hey, Rebekah, thanks for joining us. So today we're going to talk about why Teach for Outschool. So we have pros and cons ready for you. And I kind of am hoping this is a straight to the point. But as always, if you have questions, put them in the live chat or leave them below if you're watching the replay, and we'll get back to you. So, all right, Kelly, what was your why for starting Outschool?
Well, like a lot of people, when I first heard about it, I said, I do not want to do that. I do not want to come up with my own curriculum. You know, I like that Vipkid gives us our own curriculum. It actually was a video that Paige Howell made that changed my mind. She's just very good at encouraging and telling you the pros and the good things. And it made me go, maybe I could do that. Maybe it's not that bad. And I'm glad I did, because I'm glad that she convinced me, because I got in at a good time.
Right. Yeah, we should shout her out. She's close to monetizing. So let's shout out Paige Howell. She's got a great channel. She is really like, I just like listening to her. She's a really good resource. So
Yes.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I have been teaching for 10 years, making lesson plans. I don't know that I want to make lesson plans anymore.
Right.
And it held me back for a while. It really did, but it really shouldn't have. Lesson planning for me is actually one of the easier parts of Outschool now, but I know it is a con for many people.
Right. And I do think some classes require more prep than others. So yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I did put that as one of my pros as well, because you can teach what you're passionate about. It's not like in school when I had to teach XYZ, but this might be my favorite part, right? But I had to teach everything. So now you can pick and choose what you want to teach.
Yes. And since we're talking about Paige, she actually said that in one of her recent videos that she preferred teaching the reading when she was teaching in a brick and mortar school, but she also had to teach the math and she didn't enjoy it as much.
Right.
Yeah. So, and actually when I first started at Outschool, I had it in my mind that I was going to go ahead and teach ESL. I'm already doing that at Vipkid. Why not try it at Outschool? But actually, as I got into Outschool, I'm like, wait, I already do that at Vipkid. Why would I want to do that at Outschool? I can do something else boring to do the same thing,
Right.
So yeah.
Oh, hey, Evelyn. She said, hey, Kasey and Kelly. Oh, it's so good to see you. Hey, Morgan. Awesome. Friends joining us. Love it. So, hey, type in the chat box. What was your why for starting at Outschool, and what keeps you going? Online is different than brick and mortar. Yeah, definitely agree. Definitely agree. Yeah, I thought, I'll just teach kindergarten, this and that. But really, it's kind of what comes up in the topics that parents are requesting. Or for me, the things that I have taught have been pretty much somebody telling me, hey, there's a need for this. I'm like, I have experience with that. So.
Yes. Yeah.
Evelyn said, I'm thoroughly enjoying teaching Spanish on Outschool.
And that's a popular subject too. Like I think about it, and as from the parent side, if you're going to go and hire a teacher from Outschool, you're going to look for the things that you can't teach them yourself. And a lot of people and a lot of parents can't teach languages. So that's definitely one they're looking for. I've seen in the Outschool newsletters that is one of the most popular topics. So yes.
Morgan, can you link Paige's video in the chat? Yeah. Kelly, do you remember which one you were talking about for the beginning?
I don't remember exactly which one where she said that, but I can link her channel. Let me go get her channel.
Awesome videos. I think we've talked about 2 of them already in here.
Yes.
Let's see. Evelyn said, I really enjoy having my daughter take math from Cindy on Outschool. I got the reading down with homeschool. Math is not my forte as much. Cindy majored in math. Yeah. That's awesome that we can outsource our, you can teach what you're passionate about with your kids at home and then have other teachers like Evelyn just said.
And a lot of teachers who are friends do trades. I mean, it sounds like that's what Evelyn and Cindy are doing. Yes. I mean, I've definitely had friends take my classes. My friend Kim, her son's in 2 of my ongoing classes, and he's taken several of my classes. So it's great to be able to trade with friends. Yeah.
That's excellent. Evelyn said, I enjoy getting some exercise bike time while Esther takes math classes. That's great.
I've seen her videos. Yeah.
Rebekah has awesome science experiments. She said, I enjoy teaching science experiments since most of the learners have an aide grown up to help them.
Right. And that's definitely like one too, where, I think a lot of parents want their kids to get into science classes, and she has them for the younger age group, which a lot of the science classes are for older. So yeah.
Oh, good. Kelly put Paige's link, YouTube link. I'm like,
I want to ask Morgan which thing that I said, which video did you want? Because I said a couple different things about her video. So maybe I can find the specific video that she wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So let's see. Teaching what you want, what you're passionate about is definitely a pro for me. And flexible schedule. I know, Kelly, you've talked about this in lives before. For VIP Kid, I kind of open up whatever. And sometimes I'm like teaching at 2 a.m. Sometimes it was, midnight, and then you do split shifts. But for Outschool, you can kind of pick what you want to teach. So,
yes. And I think everything kind of happens for a reason, because when I first started at Outschool, I needed a job where I had my days free, because at that time, my daughter was going through some medical issues and I needed days free to be able to go to the doctor. And then Outschool came along at a time when I was more able to work during the day, and I got sick of the early hours. It's funny how kind of, if you believe in God can make things come along when you need it.
Right.
And right. But yes, I am sleeping in more now. I still teach at VIP Kids sometimes, but some days I get to sleep in, and that's very nice.
Right. Yeah, I guess I could have worded that better. VIP Kid, definitely. The reason with VIP Kid, I'm saying I have trouble with the times is because their hours are different than ours. So
yes. So you get up really early, and sometimes it's been a hindrance for me just being on a different schedule than the rest of the world. Someone asks you to do something that lasts till 8:00 at night, and you're like, what? That's so late. But to the rest of the world, it's not.
Right. Like, I need to get some sleep.
Yes.
Evelyn said part of her why is for sleeping in. Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Flexible scheduling.
Now my kids are in school during the day. So for me, like, I can teach while they're in school.
Yeah.
So that's, a plus for me.
Right. Hey, James, thanks for joining us. Morgan said the one that gave you the interest to Teach For Outschool. Okay. So that was the first one we were talking about.
Oh, okay. That's one of her, I guess, that video would have come out in probably
June?
May. Well, I got hired in May. So I think, all right, I'll look for it, Morgan.
Yeah. Sounds good. Rebekah said she likes the potential pay in short hours. Yeah. So hopefully Rebekah doesn't mind us using this example, but like for today, she's got a bunch of classes with a bunch of learners, and her classes are younger kids. So I think they're shorter. So, having more learners, how do you explain that? Like for VIP Kid, I keep going back to VIP Kid just because I know it, but you get like, say, $8 for a 25-minute class, so about $16 an hour, where Outschool, you set your price. So if you have 5 learners at $5 for 30 minutes, that's essentially $25 in 30 minutes minus Outschool's take. But
right, like it's okay. So first, I want to make a disclaimer that you set your own prices and you're not guaranteed the booking. So not everybody makes the same amount. But
Right.
I will say that I'm making so much more than I was making at VIP Kid that it seems like pennies now that VIP Kid pays after getting
Right.
the Outschool pay.
But it does take a little bit of time to gain your followers and students and things usually, right?
It does,
Same
especially if
as
you
VIP
start
Kid.
right now. I started at a great time. I mean, I started during the height of COVID when all of a sudden Outschool was flooded with all these students and didn't even have enough teachers. So I was a little luckier, but if you start right now, yes, it takes time before you can work up to making more money. And you may even have to give some classes away for free or very discounted or teach to 1 or 2 students, which is
Yeah.
less or the same depending what you're charging as VIP Kid. But
Right.
yes,
Yeah, but you can market yourself good thumbnails and um, videos at the beginning. So excellent.
mhm.
Let's see. Evelyn said, I really enjoy the dynamics of teaching 8 students at once. It's more enjoyable. Remember when we used to be scared of teaching more than one student?
I know. Me too. Yeah. And then it's not even as hard as I thought. Now, I should say I have recently for my book classes, I lowered my I lowered my class count because I felt like for those classes it made the class better. But yeah, it's not even like the more students, the more discussion. And so,
Yeah,
yes, it's not even as hard as I thought teaching more than one
excellent.
student. Yeah.
Very good. Rebecca said it came at the perfect time for me when I took a break from VIP Kid last summer. Good. Hey, Teacher Mindy. She said, good morning. Yes, teaching out school with many children is a lot less scary now that I've done it for several months. And
Yes.
Jerry, hey, Jerry, thanks for coming. She said, hello. I love being able to teach my passion. I hope to sleep in a little more someday, but right now I juggle it all. Yep, that's kind of where I'm at. Morgan said, thanks. Oh, Mindy, thank you. She said, don't forget thumbs up. Rebecca, 5 30-minute classes with 28 kids total today. It's a great day. $196 for 2.5 hours. Thanks for
That's
sharing that,
awesome.
Rebecca. I wasn't sure if, if you wanted that out there, but we appreciate it.
Rebecca, is that after Outschool takes their 30%? Let's
Oh,
see.
good question.
Yeah,
I know James. James said he would do Outschool if he could, but he can't. He's in Vietnam.
that's
It's
too
not allowed
bad.
over there yet. Yeah.
Yes. There are similar platforms, but I know that they don't have as many kids yet. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
Rebecca said, you know the max kids per class for that subject or class. Yeah, you just have to
Yes.
get used to it and decide what works for you. Jerry said, I
Right.
started during the height too, but didn't get the surge of income and enrollments. I have had to hold steady and keep plugging along and have been growing more recently now. I think Jerry has more art classes, right, Jerry? Art for little
It's
ones, I
different
think.
for everyone. So
Mhm.
I don't want
And
to,
subjects.
my experience is not going to be the same experience as everyone. So I definitely don't want to tell people you just get on and you're making a lot more money because it's not like
Right.
that for everyone. Yes.
And that's kind of the way I was with VIP Kid. I didn't know that some people waited so long because the first day I opened up for VIP Kid, I happened to start at a very good time and had like 20 bookings right away. I didn't even know that was like not normal. So when
Yeah.
I
And I
used to
had to
say, oh, you get bookings, and
Yeah. And I did, when I was a VIP Kid, I did have to wait and I had to temporarily do overnights before I got my start. So
yeah.
just like VIP Kid, Outschool is different for everyone. Kasey got started right away with VIP Kid. I got started right away with Outschool, but it doesn't happen that way for everyone. Yeah.
Right. Evelyn said I went under review with VIP Kid and I was so thankful for Outschool. Yeah, it's
Yep.
kind of like that silver lining kind of thing.
Yeah. It sounds like the timing just
Hmm.
worked itself out.
Rebecca said that is after. I charge $10 per class,
Nice.
so
Okay.
she gets 7. Awesome, Rebecca. Great work.
Yes.
And
And then,
Rebecca, I did tell her, I wanted to shout her out. She is a great mentor as well. She has great topic discussions. She really looks into things. She looks things from the parent's perspective and the teacher because she has a little youngin as well. Let's see. Jerry, keep plugging along. I think it will grow eventually. She said, yes, art and baking. Awesome. But some days I only teach one class with 3 kids total. It comes and goes. That's from Rebecca.
Yeah, so the bookings aren't guaranteed, like we were saying, and
Right.
but we should phrase it as the potential to make more money, not guaranteed to make more money.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. So we talked about flexible schedule, teaching what you're passionate about, and flexible pay. Did
Hmm.
we touched on that? I think that makes sense. You choose your pay. Outschool does take 30%. Kelly, you want to explain to them why 30% is okay? Before I was like, until Kelly talked to
Yeah.
me about it. So maybe that'll help others as well.
Well, you just read what Rebekah said in the chat. Even after she gave her 30%, she's still making great money.
Right.
And it really is, so there's, especially when you have like between 6 and 10 students in a class, Outschool's only taking a little percentage of each of them. And it's not too much of a burden on the parent because they're only paying a little bit and everyone's kind of paying into it. And even after Outschool's 30%, you're still making more money than VIP Kid in a lot of cases, not all the time. But they do advertise for you. I have seen my classes advertised on Facebook many times. I've had people or my husband screenshot some of my classes that were advertised. And, they're doing all the marketing and all the behind the scenes for you. They provide the students. If you were to freelance, you'd have to do your own ads. You'd have to go find all the students, especially in these small group classes, trying to find 6 to 10 students to fill up your class on your own.
Yeah.
That'd be a
Like-minded
lot.
students wanting the same things. Yeah, I agree.
So those are all the things that the 30% is taking. So like I said, I'm making more money even after Outschool's 30% and, not even comparable to VIP Kid. So, yeah.
Awesome. I also have on here as a pro that you can offer discounts. And I thought that was kind of a unique little thing that you can do with Outschool, because you can have, last time I had a class that had 2 learners in it and I really wanted 3 or 4. So I offered it as a discount in our free and discounted Outschool group. And, somebody might take you up on it. So it might not, you might be asking to get a little less money, but you're getting more students, you're getting a little bit more pay. So I thought that was kind of a fun, unique thing.
Right. You are truly an independent contractor. We say we are for the ESL companies, but we decide our pay. You decide if you're going to give a discount and to who. You decide how long your class is. Not all of us have 25-minute classes. My classes are 45 minutes and my one-time classes are 30. So everyone decides all of that things yourself. And just a side note, that group's gotten so big that lately I found more success giving discounts to students that I already have. So if I have a new class, I might advertise it on one of my ongoing classes, and the students that already take your classes and like you would want a discount to take your class. Whereas the free and discounted group, it's nobody knows you on there, so you may not get as much. That's just a side note, but Kasey's point is the nice thing, you can give discounts and you decide, so that's nice.
I wrote on here in big letters, be your own boss. So you mentioned it, independent contractors. It's really neat that we can offer a discount, offer a refund if needed. Just things like that. You're your own boss, flexible schedule, flexible pay. It makes you feel really good about yourself and what you're doing. Let's go to the chat. Autobot Diva, hey, nice to meet you. She said, this is interesting. She or he, sorry, I can't see your picture in there. Teaching online is pretty much what this channel is all about. Do you teach online? Let's see, Rebekah, I figured that 2 kids in Outschool equals a little more than 1 kid for VIP Kid. If you have more than 2 kids in an Outschool class, you are making more. Awesome. Jerry, my classes are 35 to 60 minutes. Yeah. James, I'm finishing my 2nd month with over 300 classes with VIP Kid. Awesome. That is the way I started, which was great money. And I think the advantage for you is having the time zone, right? The time zone you're in, that you can really Their day is your day, right, James? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Kasey, I'm going to have to leave this live stream. I had a dog emergency. My dog is, muddy and getting it all over the house. So I have to leave and get
Okay.
her
Thank you
bath.
so much for
Okay.
coming. Bye.
Bye.
So let's see. Candy said there are some students in VIP Kid I would prefer not to teach. Yeah. Awesome. So anybody have anything else in the you want to mention about getting started with Outschool? What have you enjoyed about it? Is there something I didn't mention for new people that want to get started? Below this video, I want to shout out, there are a bunch of teachers listed and their Outschool referral links. We don't necessarily say, hey, choose our link, but I do want to say, choose somebody's link. I know Evelyn had said it a long time ago about VIP Kids. She said, give somebody else a blessing. So you can actually help another teacher earn a little extra money, and it doesn't cost you anything. So thanks for teaching that to me, Evelyn. And she says she's gonna go. Bye, Evelyn. I'm wrapping it up here too. So, but use somebody's link, help somebody out. It doesn't cost you anything. You can get started, and you can even have a teacher help you along the way to get started. So I think that's an amazing opportunity for both of you. Let's see. Mindy said, oh, she said, love y'all. Love you, Evelyn. Mindy said, I feel Outschool is easier to take a vacation and keep your repeat learners than with VIP Kid, especially with our month in advance booking. Yeah, that is something I didn't even write on my list. You're absolutely right, Mindy. The cancellation policy for VIP Kid is definitely a little bit trickier to maneuver around. Jerry, yes, time zones are everything with VIP Kid. Autobot Diva, I want to tutor online. I helped some kids in South Africa last year when they went to lockdown. Yeah, 7 kids crammed into a room. They used the metric system. It was basic English. Rebekah said, have a teacher buddy. So Autobot Diva, there are many places that you could tutor online that you could get hired with. I don't know them all right now. Are you still in South Africa? I ask that because, let's see, I think Powfish used to, but I'm not sure if they're still recruiting from South Africa. If you want, reach out to me. My email is kasey.oswald@gmail.com, and I'll see if I can find some places for you that hire online tutors. If Kim was here, she would know if iTutor does. But send me an email and maybe I can help you look it up. I do help freelance teachers. We have started using Groove to start helping freelance teachers. Let's see, Rebekah. Oh, I read that one. James, when they Outschool allow it, I'll have my wife teach Vietnamese. That would be awesome. He said China is 1 hour ahead of me. Great. All right, everyone. Well, I hope we gave you something to think about if you're thinking about getting started with Outschool. Again, our links are below, but just use somebody's. It doesn't have to be one of ours. I think there's 5, 6, 7 of us listed below to choose from. Check out our channels. Find a teacher that you mesh with. We all have different personalities, and I think you could find somebody. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you all, and the chat was booming. You guys are amazing. Happy teaching, everybody. Goodbye.